I don't want to tell people about you. I want you to tell people about you. So Rachel, kind of tell people like who you are and what you do, like bird's eye view, how you might introduce yourself to say like an Uber driver who you only have a few minutes to talk to, you know.
An elevator pitch for myself. Yeah, definitely. So as you mentioned, AJ, I am an actor. I've been or actress, either way. I've been acting for about 5 years now, and it's been crazy whirlwind, especially since I started school. So I'm a senior right now, and so balancing and being a full-time student, and also doing theater at school has been really interesting, but definitely has made me grow a lot. And as you also mentioned, I have a lot of hobbies. So like I cosplay, I write, I love writing screenplays, done mostly shorts up to this point, sewing, making jewelry. I'm very much like an arts and crafts type of person. Joann's and Michael's is where I live. At least if I go there by myself, it's not good, you guys. It is not good.
I got a Joann's fan with me. Yes.
Oh,
so sorry.
So good. Sorry. They opened up a new one in Sherman Oaks, and I haven't been there yet, but it's so big, and I really want to go.
That's amazing.
That's great.
All right. I guess I should have also said thespian. I feel like that's the word that you would say instead of actress. For someone who does live theater, you'd say a thespian, right?
Thespian, yeah, you would.
Mm-hmm. Although I'm a thespian baby, so I've been doing on-camera acting for again like the five and a half years, but I only been doing theater since I came to school at Cal, so 3 years now, I guess, which is a very weird feeling because everyone there has been doing theater at least since high school. So hopping in there, I was like, okay, I need to up my theater game and get to know more musicals than I already did. So it's a new development.
Yeah, it's always so interesting, like walking through the theater arts building at school, because like there was one time I was walking to, I don't know what I was doing. I think I just finished working on dance stuff or something, and I hear singing. Like, not rehearsal or anything, but I hear someone just singing off in the wood shop. And like, I go over and I'm like, yo, I don't know who this is or what they're singing, but it sounds like it could be turned into a really cool song. And it turns out it was like a song from like, I think it was called She's Not My Father's Son or something like that.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow. And it's like, people like are out here just throwing talents left and right, and I'm like, oh yeah. Wow. I mean, I feel intimidated.
It's a theater way.
These are so funny.
And so, like, there was one time we had a conversation where it was you, someone else from theater, and then it was me, and I can't remember who else was there, but you were talking about how you kind of knew what you wanted to do ever since you were like
7.
4? Oh, 7?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
Crazy. What in the world? And then you joined, oh man, I'm going to say this wrong, Young Artists Ensemble?
No, I know what you're talking about. I did AMTC though. Okay. So it stands for Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ. So so like actually when I was 7, we had friends of ours who were staying with us from South Africa. And so they gave us, their names are Bonnie and Sisanda Hinna, and they are actors. And so they gave us like private acting classes, like me and my siblings. And I was 7, and that's when I was like, I want to act. I don't know where it came from. I don't know like why it was so strong of a feeling, but I was like, I want to act. And so then when I was 14, after many years of God working on my character, because I was very much a diva, like very much a diva.
Wow, that's
and
crazy.
My parents were like, we're not going to put you in as an actor when you are this crazy already. And so God worked on my character. And so I spent like those 7 years just leading small groups at church and like volunteering and at church and growing as a Christian. And learning how to prophesy, how to evangelize. And so after 7 years of growing and being about like my daddy's business, he was finally like, okay, you're ready. You're ready to start acting, kid. And so we just happened upon an advertisement for AMTC. And my mom was like, and then a friend of ours was like, I've actually heard of this. Like a friend of mine did that. And so we ended up going to the audition for it. And up to this point, like I hadn't had much acting experience, just like 7 years ago. And so I hadn't had any kind of feedback about whether it was something, like whether I was good at it or not. And so I went to this audition just to get into the program. And I went through it was a private audition, and the lady who auditioned me, I did my monologue, and then she said, basically, like, you have star quality. Like, you need to be a part of this program. You need to go through this program. And I was like, okay. And God opened so many doors to let me, to like pay for the tuition for it, and opened up so many doors to be able to make that happen. And ever since then, I went through the program, and it's a whole thing where year of training, and then you go through a showcase, so you get to perform in front of like producers and casting directors and agents, managers, and then hopefully the goal obviously is to walk away with an agent and or manager. And so I went through that, did the showcase, and ended up getting an agent and a manager through it, and I've been acting ever since.
Ooh, okay, Miss Thang. Calm down. She said, they told me I was a star. That's all.
I know. I hate saying that part of the story, but Mom was like, Rachel, this is why I tell my story with my mom so that she can tell those parts that like she always wants. But yeah, it was really cool that God went out of his way to confirm that this is what I should be doing. Because up to that point, I didn't know. Like, it was just, I was too young to know that it was a God's calling on my life. And I just kind of had this seed put in, like, oh, I want to act. But it wasn't until that moment at the audition when I realized that this is something that God like actually called me to do. And this is something that, he made me for.